Welcome back to Steve Robb Reviews. For all of you that love to feed your birds during the wintertime, well, this is a great springtime project, and we're not building this today. We're going to build my new design that I've come up with on feeding the birds. There's some problems with this design. This is a great product here. I mean, for $4 you can't go wrong. But I'm going to explain why I'm designing it differently, and I'll show you all the materials I have down here, and let's get to it right now. The reason why I'm replacing this one to build my own is you can see how this one here has been eaten up pretty good over the winter, and I'll save that till next fall. But in this particular style with this cage, you know, the problem is they can't get to it from the back side. And a lot of times, like I go through one of these a week, and a lot of times I'm left with a small narrow piece like this, about maybe this shape here, and chewed off on the sides, but they can't get to it no further. Because, so I mean, there's a lot of wastage here. They don't eat the whole thing. So I've got my cut up list here, so I got some sticks here, and these are all hardwood. This is 6.5 inches long. I've got a top, I've got a bottom, I got some hardware. You can see how that goes. I got my PL Premium with a brush, and here's the two main rails, and this is one of them bells you put on the bottom, so that's going to be hanging from the bottom. And there's my 3 suet feeders. This is going to take 3 at a time, and they can feed from both sides. This is just a spacer stick here. And if we take a look here, well, I set my air pressure first on my line here for just under 80 psi, and I'm using my pin nailer. And if you take a look at these nails, we'll take a real close look here. See how thin these are, how small? Well, that is pretty small, 23 gauge. Guys, I like using this because the PL Premium is going to be doing all the work, not just the pin nailer. And I'm going to treat all the wood surfaces with the Thompsons, and that's it. So let's get to it here. And I find the easiest way to build something like this is put the bottom and the top on first, and then slap the sticks on, and it's going to be quite easy. Well, hopefully. Let's take a look. Well, we're going to use 2 of these, and it's just 1/4 20 on one side and threaded on the other. So you need 2 size drills, one to start the hole, and the other one just to have the diameter of just the shaft, not including the outside. So let's start drilling that right now. There you go, there's the one. Now if you just tried to put that threaded insert in there, you'd more than likely bust the hardwood. So we'll go with the next size up. There, now we'll screw in the 2 inserts. Well, here we are right here, and all I've done was just put 2 nuts on and tighten them up, and then stick it on and start cranking it down. Now you only have to go down as far as your threads, and that's it. But you know, I've done this before, and if you just don't put the right diameter bit in there, well, you know what? You'll split that hunk of wood so easily. And as you make sure that your hole is deep enough so it doesn't bottom out. And then just as we start getting right to the end there, there we go. Well, you can see we're almost at just the threads, and I'm going to go down just to about, well, right about there. So I'll do the other one next, and we'll come back for the next part. As you can see, all I've done there is just put the bottom piece on, and then just mark where the center of each one of them threaded studs are, and we're going to drill a hole right in the center. Okay, I always like to go with little bit of a center punch first just to mark out lines. Now I'm going with a 9/32 drill bit to finish this off with, but I'll start off with a small one first because it's a lot easier to do it the second time with a larger diameter. Okay. There we go. Now on to the next part. There we are right there. 6.5 inches across. All I did was find the two centers. Put a little bit of a center punch mark on both. These are the screws I'm going to use. So I got a drill bit that's a little bit smaller. And we'll just put some... Yeah, if you don't drill them out first, you'll crack this hardwood for sure. Okay, now we'll put the top on. Well, as you can see, all I've done was just go from the center, drew a line up, from the center, drew a line up, so you know that this is going to correspond. There you go. Now we just put the screws in. There. Now there's a hole in the top. I have to put the loop in, but I'll wait for later to do that. Well, there we go there. And of course, you know, I put a nut on here because I can't find another wing nut, but I'll get one. But anyways, you can see when you put the bottom on and the top, now it's all fixed. So I just got my spacer here. I can just put my spacer in, and then I'll put this down here right across. And you could see how easy that's going to go together. And all I do is I just get my brush and put a little bit of PL Premium underneath each spot, and then we'll start tacking, and I'll move it on up to the next one. So let's go and let's start tacking right now with the pin nailer. Well, we'll just put the spacer in here, and I got some PL. I'll just put some on the brush. And you know, this brush is disposable after you put some PL on it. But you don't need a lot of it. So I'm just brushing it on here. Just enough that I would need. So that's about it right there. Put it on. Center it up just as best as you can. And we'll just put just a couple of them there. Okay, so let's do another one now. Now if you get any excess on with that PL Premium, you can just rub it off with a little bit of Varsol on a rag. So we'll go with another piece here. There. Now, put our spacer in, put it on. I'll just show you what it looks like going in. You see how tiny they are? But it's the PL Premium that's going to hold. So I'll finish doing this on both sides and then I'll bring you back. Well, there you go. It's all done. I got the little wild bird bell here hanging on. And you could see how you would get 3 suet feeders in here, no problem. And they have lots of room now to actually perch on here and eat all of it. So as it starts to be eaten down, it will start to collapse. And we're going to try it out this fall. I'm going to show you in the fall. I'm going to mount it in the backyard. I got some more EMT pipe, and I'm going to bend it to a specific shape. And I'm going to hang this all winter long, because you really can't start using these till about maybe October. And so what do you think? That's it right there. and I think it's going to last me a long time. Now I got to let that dry, and I guarantee you, with the little pin nails on there and that PL Premium, them pieces of wood will never come off. And all I'm going to do is get my brush, take the bottom off, and brush it all down with the Thompson's water sealer, and that's going to be it. So we'll see you in the fall when I show you this here standing up on a pole, and I'm going to make sure that I can walk underneath it just like my bird feeder. And if you haven't seen my bird feeders, I'll put a link down below for one of my bird feeders there. Very easy, low cost bird feeder to actually make yourself and last a lifetime. So thanks for joining me here today. I hope you like this little bit of a woodworking project. You guys come back again, especially those that have never subscribed before. Think about subscribing. Cheers now.